Hello everyone, this is Sirisha working at Godspeed. Recently we have published a video called Mastering Logging in Godspeed. Which is about how we do logging in Godspeed projects. So, if you haven't checked it out as of now, please do check out the video before going ahead. So, this is continuation of the same video. So, in that we covered some topics called how to set log level in default.yaml file of Godspeed projects and how we change our logging formats and how we enable observability in our projects and how we mask the fields that we don't want to see in our logs. And apart from it, we also tried how to set log attributes in workflow, etc. So all these topics are covered in the previous video. So once to check out the video before continuing this, because you'll be on track to understand it better. And in this video, we'll look into the custom log attribute that we'll be able to set in our events. And also, we have some other concept called before and after logging in a workflow. Before and after the task, we can see our log. So, we'll look into that concepts more in this video. So, first of all, we can able to set log attributes in event level as well, so which will override the log attributes if we specify any in default.yaml file. So if we want to give our custom log attributes in our event level, we can specify using this variable in this format. So we can set our variables and identifiers if so we want. We'll test it out and we'll try, and this will be the sample format that we'll get. So before continuing, before trying it out, better go through the documentation thoroughly so that you'll understand things much better, and you'll be able to get the output properly without stucking anywhere. So we'll try this out. We already have a sample project running. We have event and workflow, a sample event and workflow. Here we have already specified the log attributes, which are same. We are trying to test this same, whether we are able to see this or not. So to enable this, I mean to check prod format of logs, we need to enable observability, which I covered in the previous video. So please do check out that video if you have any doubts to enabling observability and so on. So first we'll enable observability in this. So for which we have a command called export hotel enabled. So by default it will be false. So I'm enabling it, making it as true. So it's already done, and we also changed the log format to uh, prod so that we can see open telemetry format of logging logs. So here we'll do prod. So we are starting the server. We have specified this in the event after the function. To filter your variables in this logs, just try to check it with the identifier or something, or the value which is there. Yeah. So these are the logs which got printed with the same variables and values which we specified. Log attributes. Inside the log attribute object, we have message parameter, and we have given a sample called fruit, apple, and with identifier one, so which you can see in the scene. Yeah, so in this way you can specify your log attributes in the event level. If you want to specify something like for that particular API, you can specify it in the event for that particular event. So this is how you do, and rest of the things are parameters and body, which you already know. uh, so it is accepting a params called number, which will come in query. So this is how we specify it in event. And coming to the next part, which is this DSL spec for custom logs. So if you want to generate a log before and after a task, so this is the format we use. This is the structure of custom logs if you want to use it in workflow, and that too before and after task. So if you want to print some variables or the inputs that we got before the task, and if you want to print the variables or the response after the task, if we want to do it some functionality, or if we want to test something before and after the task, then this is how you use it, or this is the concept you need to follow. So this is how we specify our logs before and after. This is the structure. Inside the logs will have before. In before will have level. So this is the pino log levels where we'll set according to our requirement, and this will be the message. You can give your sample message to verify which is before, log before, and which is after that. So here you can give your sample message to identify your logs, and this will be your parameters and attributes. Coming to attributes, you can give any of the attributes, either your inputs, whatever you'll be getting for this API. And after that, you'll have after. There also you'll be able to set your log level and the custom message which you want to uh, print. I mean, to make it as an identifier or a variable that you can identify your logs after the task, and the parameters. And similarly, attributes, where you can specify your attributes which you want to see in your logs, which you want to check in your logs. So this is how we write our workflow if you want to use before and after logs. So yeah, we'll follow this scene, and we'll try to print these variables before and after the task. We'll correct the indentation. Yeah. So here, logs before, we have yeah, getting some inputs here, query, which is the variable name will be number. So inputs.query.number. This we want to see before a task got executed. This is the object that will print before the task got executed, and this is after the task. Here we, because after the task we'll have the output of the task, so we can able to print, see that output in the logs itself. So we can give a name as response, and here if we want to see the complete response what we got, we can specify it as outputs, and the step one, this is the task id. So we are trying to access that id's output in this attribute, after attribute. And in args we are just simply returning the query which we got in our inputs. So we'll start the server and we'll verify whether this got printed or not. And to verify like which is the before one, which is the after one, we simply give a message. So we'll change it to before task execution, and Here we'll change it as after task execution. We'll set this message just to filter our logs to find it out easily. We'll start the server and we'll hit the API and we'll verify whether this got printed in the correct format or not. Yeah, server is already running. We'll hit the API. We have passed here query parameter, that is number. Yeah. Here, okay, we'll do it before task execution. Yeah. So here you can see the log where we got the message and keys, parameter keys which we specified. Those are keys V1 and V2, the timestamp, so on, and the attributes. These are the attributes that inside the attribute we have request. So in request we have sent inputs, query, that is number, query parameter, that is number. So we have given the value as 1, so we got request value as 1. Yeah, so this is the log which we got before the task execution, this one. And similarly we'll also check after task execution. So after task execution, as I already told you, will have access to the output of the same task which we are executing. So in the response, in the attributes, we want to check out the response of the same task. So yeah, this is the log which got printed after the task execution till here. So in the same way, we have keys V1 and V2, timestamp, and all this. So coming to our response here, we have printed all the response. So that's the reason we got a object, response object, where we have the variables success true code 200 and data, which is params and number 1, because we are returning the same. Here we are returning this, so that's the reason we got the same output. If you want to just print the data without all this, you can also do this. We'll clear so that we can filter it easily. And we'll start the server again. So now we'll just check out the data, what's the response that we got in this logs. So yeah, we have already added the filter. So yeah, you can see the response object with only the response without success, I mean the object, response object. So here we have only the data got printed without success code, etc, whatever we got in the last logs, right? So only the data got printed. So this is how you can set up your log attributes if you want to check it out before and after the task execution. So this is how you'll do. I hope you understood the concept. So yeah, so before trying it out, to go through the documentation properly and yeah, try it out. And if you have any doubts about setting up observability and anything about logging, you can check out the last video, mastering logging in Godspeed. So I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.